Bam, we're live. Welcome back. Welcome back. Bryson Del Monte. Sevan, why do you tell people to think before they put on shoes, but you don't think before you take off pajama pants? Just put on another pair of pants. I understand your sentiment. Part funny, part truth, part what's that called? Not poetry. What's the shit? Philosophy. Part wisdom, but I think maybe the delivery was wrong on that. But I hear your sentiment. I know what you're doing, and I like it. I like it. But you're not supposed to think before you put shoes on. It's the people. It's the people. Shannon Cook. Good morning, Quentin McQueen. Yo, jeez, Quentin, what do you want, dude? It's over. You did great. It was fun seeing you. This isn't. You're not. Are you Sevan Podcast guy? What are you doing over here? Zach, what's up, dude? What's up with the cookies? Cuclitos. What's up with the cookies? Sabir Kelly, what's up? Rambler, 5th. Hey, that fortune cookie or whatever that thing is that you have, that emoji, that image, that has started popping up on a lot of my stuff. It's weird. Matter of fact, wait a second. Wait a second. Nope. No, never mind. Yeah, it's weird. I'd never seen that emoji before. Now I'm starting to see that emoji more and more. So happy to be here. Chris Biesterfeld. Robbie Myers, what's up? Present. Good morning. Stephanie, hi. Good morning. Steven. Stephanie. Steven Blacks Smith. I made this post. Oh, I don't know. Today this is gonna be a good one. I got so much Israel stuff, Palestine stuff, Hamas stuff. So much. I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna try to come at it like I have no idea what I'm talking about. Wish me luck. Travis, what's up, dude? I saw your booth at the event. I saw you in a few shots. Good to see you there, dude. I hope it was a great week for you at Crash. Man, Friday was brutal on me. Brutal. I know you guys can all relate. It was one of those mornings where I went to bed too late, got up too early, and like 1 hour in, I was like, oh no, I am in big, big trouble. I was yawning. My eyes were tearing. It reminded me in high school when I went and took the SAT. I was a mess. Just too much. It's not even that I was partying. I was just up late. And then I just got up too early. I had no business being on Friday's show at all. It was okay. The Saturday and Sunday were fine. I enjoyed them. The only it wasn't even a lot on me. I got to work out like 3 times on both days, like 3 little 30-minute workouts. I did the show sweaty. I didn't worry about showering. It was cool. I had fun all those days. It was nothing. And then Sunday was a piece of cake. Yesterday, when the show was over, I went out. Our jiu-jitsu instructor, her parents own a ranch. And then her other parents, just like 2 miles away, were having this huge party in this house that looked like the White House. And so we went out to the ranch. The boys rode horses. They shoveled shit. We hung out. It's really close to my house. And they wanted to shoot guns. They wanted to shoot squirrels, but there were no squirrels to shoot. So then after that, we went over to our other parents' house, and there was a big party there, and we hung out there. It was cool. I don't normally do that. It just kind of decompressed. It was chill. It was a good time. And then last night I worked out again from 11 to 12. Actually, yesterday I think I worked out like 4 times, like a true person with an eating disorder. Surmoose, I was wearing one of your hoodies while coaching this morning. Someone voiced their appreciation for it. I realized the opportunity to put in a plug for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I made these 2 posts in a row back to back. I don't know if you guys saw them on my Instagram account. And the one post, people thought I was supporting Israel, and then the next post, people thought I was supporting Palestine. We are in a very emotionally charged time. It was an experiment I was running. I was trying to see how easily people would just read into things. Bud Ducey. Wow. Wow. Bud Ducey, new to the show. Good to see you, buddy. Are you related? Are you the father to who's the guy from Fox who always fights with the The first black open lesbian White House. What's her job? The chick with the curly hair? Talker. Are you what Peter Ducey? Are you related to Peter Ducey? I know that's crazy, right? Came cider. Came cider. Cayman cider. Cayman cider. Wow. Cayman cider, I'd like you to meet Bud Ducey. Incredible. Thank you, Extra Sloppy. It was a good experiment. I liked it. Yeah. Listen, no one accepts everything. I used to be one of those hippie morons. Nobody accepts everything. Everyone should be accepted. There should be freedom for everybody. Everyone should be allowed to express whoever and however they want to be. There should be an acceptance of all of mankind. That's not true. That's just not true. There's no one like that. I think even your guys' homeboy Jesus flipped over some tables and shit, didn't accept everybody. That's not true. Here's the situation. Tyson Bean played yesterday. Woo! Woo! Do you know how lucky I am? It was 10 o'clock at night. No, it was 9:30. No, it was 8:30 at night. And Tyson's dad called me. I mean, I had called him like 10 times. He didn't answer. He called me at 8:30. I got to talk to him until 10 o'clock, sitting in my garage in like a chair, like one of those little portable chairs you take to go watch kids sports. And I got to just hear like his thoughts about his son for an hour and a half. It was fucking dope. It was a dream come true for me. But really, I was kind of anxious. I didn't fully enjoy it because I wanted to work out. And then by the time we got off the phone, it was 10 o'clock. And then I worked out until like 11. And when I mean worked out, I just mean just sit on the assault bike and watch UFC fights and sweat and shit like that. Yeah, wasn't that incredible watching him play? Wasn't that sweet? Wasn't that special? I asked Travis, I'm like, hey dude, I don't know shit about football, but whoever snaps the ball to Tyson should be fucking taken out and beaten. That was crazy. Crazy. Nuts. I was like, is that are snaps supposed to hit the ground or go wide right? Go over your head? It was nuts. I said, does that guy get in trouble? He goes, well, they pulled him out. I didn't even know this. Notice that they pulled him out. Oh my God, Cayman Cider. Amazing fights happened. Man, the main event on Saturday was amazing and crazy fights happening. Crazy UFC fights coming. Holy smokes. So the deal is, I'm gonna try to paint the picture, and I'm open to you guys helping paint it too. So let's just kind of we're gonna dig in some time frame. I know it's a larger time frame than this, but there's this country called Israel, and down in the southern region, there's a strip of land down there called Gaza. I could even pull it up on a map. Israel. I wonder what the origins of that name are. Israel. What a great name. It is Israel. Israel. Here we go. Here we go. Good morning, Eaton Beaver. Hey, what's up? So this, well, let me, can I move that over? How do I make it so it's just the map? Anyway, I'm gonna zoom out really far first. So here's Africa down here in the south, right? That big old huge continent. You see Egypt's in the corner, the north eastern corner of Africa, and then you zoom in from the northeastern corner of Africa, and just to the north of Israel, through the is just to the north of Egypt is Israel, and that's considered the Middle East. I'm open to being wrong, by the way. If someone's like, "That's not the Middle East, that's the Central East," go ahead, just throw it throw it in the chat. Oh shit! I didn't see this coming. First off, fake map. Damn. Already. So as you zoom in to Israel, you see Israel's really small, and then in this lower southern section of Israel along the water here, along the Mediterranean, is a piece of land called Gaza, and they got it written here like it's its own country. And if you Google around, you can find out that the ruling party in Gaza is this group called Hamas, or if you're local, you call them Hamas. Hamas. And they're Muslims, and then these Egyptians are Muslims. That's like Muslims, like how they like. It's like some of you are Christians and some of you are Jews, and like Muslim is like their way of like explaining what happens when you die, right? God forbid anyone just accept they don't know. And so this is their land here, and they claim that they're stuck here. And people be saying it's the world's largest open air prison and all that. But all of us know people who go in and out. I don't know if you know, but I know people who go in and out of there regularly. I know rich people in the United States who are building their dream home there. And then you can Google and you can find out that 100,000 people from Gaza travel into Israel every single day just for work, and the same with Egypt. So to call it an open air prison, I mean, I find it very difficult to believe any of that's true, but fine. Everyone has their own little narratives and shit, right? So the story we were told is that these people from Gaza, a group of them who were ordered by the Hamas government, the government here, came into Israel last week or a couple weeks ago. And what we were told is that they beheaded a bunch of people. Like they just went into people's home and beheaded babies and shit. And they were killing old people and stapling women to walls, and they FaceTimed it all. And they would basically take the cell phone. They would kill a guy, then take the guy's wife's cell phone and then FaceTime live it when they raped her on her dead body. Just shit like that. Crazy stories you can't even get your head wrapped around, right? Yeah, Matt Burns, they are stuck at that beachfront property. Yeah. I suspect the Mediterranean's really nice there too. And so then now this country, Israel over here, this country, they're known for having a crazy military, wildly high level military. Like their whole military is like SEAL Team 6 and then the National Guard, and then they can mobilize. They can mobilize in a second. And that's what they did. And now what they're doing is they're going over to Gaza, and they basically said this. Listen carefully what they said. The president of Israel said this, not Netanyahu, but their president. He said, we're done with Hamas doing these types of attacks. I guess they claim that they've been done before. And we're going to make it so it never happens again. So you know what that means, right? Like if I tell you you're never going to be able to do something again, there's only one way of actually. No one could stop me from doing anything 100% unless they did what to me? They'd have to end my existence on earth. And so there's no other way to read that. Are we good so far? Everyone good so far? We're all flowing along with the story. So these guys supposedly came in, and I'll get to why I say supposedly. And then these other guys are now saying publicly on TV, like, hey, we're never going to let this happen again. I haven't seen any of that Facebook footage, but I've seen lots of blood stains and burned bodies in cars, and I don't know what's real anymore. Do I think something happened over there? Well, fuck yeah, something happened. Are there all sorts of weird details about it? You're like, yeah, it takes 45 minutes to cross the country to get to where the attacks were from anywhere in Israel, and yet they didn't send someone there for 6 hours. Why not? Things like that. Like all around like the 9/11 conspiracy shit we had. Let's put all that aside. Just bear with me for a second. Let's just assume it happened. Because if we say that didn't happen, then we also have to be like, hey, maybe Gaza is not getting bombed and we're being tricked. We're being tricked now that Gaza is not being bombed. Those are just pictures drawings, AI pictures. Like we could go down that rabbit hole just forever, right? Well, that's not happening. Well, that's not happening. And I'm going to take us through a shitload of clips and give us a bunch of different views and perspectives. Here's the thing that here's a couple of things I'm tripping on. If you know that they told Gaza, hey, we're going to flatten you. We're flattening you. You have to leave, and we're going to kill everyone who's Hamas. They have said that by saying we'll never let this happen again. Of all the stupid Black Lives Matter shit I've seen, of all the dumb fucking idiots that believe in Asian hate, of all that moronic shit, I've never seen a group of people chant death to Blackie, death to Armenians, death to the kite. Oh, well, I have seen that. Death to the Spics, death to the Chink. I've never seen that. I've never in my 51 years seen that. But you know what I have seen so many times in my life is, I didn't realize until recently, gas the Jews, death to the Jews, death to America, death to Israel. They burned down Ferguson, supposedly. I don't know who they is. Because George Floyd died? Dude, what the fuck do you think is going to happen to Gaza? What? I'm not even, no sides being taken here. Gaza is 5 miles by 25 miles. So what is that? That's like that's 125 square miles. I think DC, the Washington DC is 10 by 10 miles. That's 100 miles. Yeah, that's a very well, we should do a whole show on that. We are fatherless. That's a great line. That you have to leave that place. And these people who are saying you can't leave, first of all, if you're a male and you don't have any kids, there's no one stopping you from leaving Gaza. There's no fucking way. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that. If you have kids, you better start heading south. You've got to get out of there. You've got to live to fight another day. You've got to live to live your life. Maybe there's a chance you'll wake up day and have some realization that you're not Muslim, that you're not Christian, that you're not any of those things, and you're just a child of God. Maybe. You got to give yourself that chance to have that realization. To stay there is suicide. 1 second, caller. Hold on. You know how this works. This isn't a real show. You know how this works. Stand by. Let's see. Here we go. Hello? Caller? Hey, what's up, dude?
Can you hear me?
I can. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. Can you hear me?
I can.
Good, great. How are you?
I'm amazing.
Great.
I thought I forgot how to do a show. It's been 3 days.
No, you haven't forgot. I've been following. Let's go. So,
are you walking the dog or walking the child?
I'm walking. Yeah, I'm walking the dog.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm up there 2 hours in between.
Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from?
I'm from LA.
Oh, okay.
But I'm originally from Israel.
Okay.
So you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm all ears. Talk to me. And thank you for calling.
Everything. Of course, everything that's going on over there.
Yes.
Is 100% real and even worse.
I believe it.
100% real and even worse, and it's nuts. I think I comment on the post that you did on Instagram also, okay, that I'm willing to pay for you to go to Israel and actually document what's going on over there.
Oh, you're a good dude. Thank you. My wife and kids would love that.
I don't think so.
Oh, I know they would not. I know. So. Oh, I know. That was I apologize. That was 100% sarcastic. No, they would hate it.
So, I have a question for you though. The post that you made was trying to kind of question the media. It's like after everything that they did with the COVID-19 and all this stuff, is like, how can we believe you guys right now when
Yes.
you're showing this kind of stuff?
Kind of. It's
Because this was,
kind of like that.
yeah,
It's not how can we believe you? It's just make your own decisions. It's like I do, from what I see, I do believe something very bad happened there, and those people did cross the border and they did horrible, horrible shit, right? Just like I
yeah,
believe, I don't know if you saw the post from the day before, but the day before I made that post that basically said, hey, we do not accept everything. You can't just be like, hey, accept Palestine, accept this, accept this, accept this. Like, you just can't do that. That's not true. You can't just be peace and love, kumbaya. Once you chop the head off a baby, that's out the door.
yeah. And I can tell you this, I served over there,
Okay.
and the fence that we have over there it's ridiculous. It's not. If we have like a lizard going on the fence, we have already 3 patrols, 4 tanks heading that direction. Now, when this happened, everybody was going there. Special forces was going there, and they got demolished by 600 troops from their end, from Hamas. They got demolished, and nobody's talking about that. So
Oh, that's
there
interesting.
was
So
a response.
what you're saying is they did send over a helicopter or a dozen guys and they got killed. I did hear that some of those kids who were at that music festival who had already served were like, "Hey, I know where there's a base. Let's go there for protection." And when they got there, the Hamas guys were already at the gate. They had already killed all the soldiers, and then they started shooting at the kids. Did you hear that also?
Yep, yep. They went to the base. They went to the closest kibbutz that they had over there, and they tried to hide over there. Only really, really lucky people that were hiding under trash cans or under dead bodies, those are the ones that survived. I had a lot of friends over there in the music festival. Some of them survived. Some of them is very athletic, so it's just to burn off. And the other, obese people or a little bit fatter people, they couldn't run, and unfortunately, they didn't survive. So um, that's crazy.
How long have you been in LA?
15 years?
Yeah, 10 years?
15.
15. Hey, if you were Palestinian, what would you do? Tell me about the thing about how they keep calling Gaza an open air jail. I'm having trouble believing that too.
So
Because
if
I
I
have
was a
Palestinian
Palestinian,
friends who travel back and forth from the US to Gaza.
I understand. I get that, but they're
They
they're
can leave,
really
right?
think about some.
It's not a jail, is it? They
They
can leave, right? And if Egypt's an
they
Arab
can and they
country,
can't.
okay, tell me. Sorry, go on.
They can and they can't. It's like it's like getting a visa. Okay, you get a visa, you can come here to the United States. But if you don't get a visa, there is so many. They're really making your life hard to get the type of document that you need in order to live. And now Egypt is not even letting them in. So they're trying to flee to the border. Whoever made it out of the house and trying to flee to the border of Egypt, they're trying to get in, but Egypt is not letting them in. So it's really messed up. And the rest of them that they're staying over there, they're holding guns to their heads and like, hey, you're not leaving. You stay in this house until they're going to bomb you, because we have to show that we have dead civilians.
Wow.
So think about your wife and kids staying in the apartment, and the Hamas is standing on the other side of the door and telling them, if you leave, we're going to shoot you. So you have to stay and die from Israeli bombing.
Is Hamas the government there? Is it the government party there? The same way like we would have like Democrats or Republicans?
Exactly.
And is it true? I was looking at this other thing that Patrick Bet David posted, that part of their charter is like death to Israel and death to America and death to the Jews and death to anyone who doesn't follow Muhammad.
That's what they want. They want everybody to die, and after they're finished with the Jews, they're going to go for the U.S. And then they want to control everything. They don't believe in peace. They don't believe in nothing. They're just believing in killing Jews, and after they're done, on to the next. You cannot reason with those people.
So this was inevitable.
Yes.
And
100%.
And do you think that? What do you think? I think Netanyahu is going to completely take Gaza back, and Israel will now inhabit Gaza. Is that what you think is going to happen? Also, I don't think he has a choice.
I wish and I hope for God, and that's going to be the new tourist area, like the new Vegas for us.
Oh, I could see that because it's along the water there. It's a nice piece of land.
It's beautiful piece of land, and they destroyed it. It's ridiculous how a country can do this for such a beautiful piece of land. It's nuts.
I mean, he basically, I didn't hear Netanyahu say it. I don't know who the president is over there, but he basically said Hamas will never attack us again. That's our goal. And that means that they're going to wipe them off the planet, the face of the earth, right? Is that how you interpret that?
That's how I interpret that, and that's how I hope he meant that. So
when you watch the footage of these Palestinian children being pulled out of buildings and stuff, do you feel yourself starting to cry?
I don't feel myself starting to cry at all. I've been crying for the last 2 weeks, ever since this started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you calling. It's important for me to hear your voice. I think it's important for a lot of people to hear your voice.
Yeah, dude, I wanted to call for such a long time, but this was a trigger point for me, so I had to.
Yeah, I really, really, really appreciate it. Did you lose any family over there?
No, but I have, a lot of friends that I lost, and I have my brother right now is front line.
Mm-hmm.
If I was there, I was supposed to be as well. So, but I'm here.
Okay. You know what's interesting is there are as I'm sure you know, I heard that of the 70 CrossFit gyms there, like 69 of them of the owners have been called up already to serve, and they've already left their gyms. And I've also heard that two CrossFitters have already been killed over there.
I didn't hear about CrossFitters that being killed. I don't know, but I did hear that they open up all of their gyms to anyone. Just come in.
Yeah.
All the CrossFit gyms in Israel, just everybody come in, get your fitness on.
Hey, do you think that? Did you see? Are you a CrossFitter? Do you CrossFit?
Yes.
Did you see what that CrossFit.com made a post?
No, I didn't.
Okay. They made a post. I can't imagine that was very smart of them to make that post. They probably should stay out of it.
Did they say something like they support Hamas or something like that?
No, the opposite. I know. Good. That's a great question, though. I'm gonna read it to you. They said CrossFit condemns the acts of violence being carried out by the terrorist group Hamas, which have resulted in the loss of innocent lives. I almost wish they would stop calling them a terrorist group and they would call them the government of Hamas, because then it's like, then it makes 100. Then it's 100% clear, right, why Israel is attacking them. It's their country. Our hearts go out to the members of the CrossFit community who have been directly affected and those across the globe who are grieving as a result of this tragedy. We stand united against evil and hatred. What's interesting is, in my mind, CrossFit supports these hateful and evil organizations like BLM, and BLM supports Hamas. I'll tell you too, the crazy thing for me is whether it happened or not, and I do believe it happened, by the way. You're seeing people celebrating it with that image of the paraglider. So in the United States, I'm seeing Palestinian people waving the Palestinian flag, pinned to their backpack, an image of the guy on the paraglider. And basically, when I see that, I interpret that as you're okay with those people coming in and chopping babies' heads off. And I have no tolerance for that. Zero. Like zero. I don't care. Even if you killed my kids, I would not do that to your child. I would not do that to anyone's baby, no matter what. Even if you did it to mine, I would not do that.
Yeah. And you know what? I'll tell you something. I think that, the whole movement of free Palestine,
yeah,
no problem. I get that. And the world needs to get that we are thinking the same thing. We want a free Palestine, even if it's, Palestine is a made up word. It's like a gender. It's a made up word. It's nothing. But we're trying to free Palestine from Hamas. We're trying to free them from their reign. So just go with us, just understand what we're trying to do. Don't fight us, and everything is going to be nice.
How about the 100,000 Palestinians that come to that were working in Israel every single day, that had jobs there? They crossed back and forth every single day. That means something must have been
amazing.
Yeah,
amazing people. Amazing people. Amazing. Unbelievable.
Hey,
hardworking, good people.
I don't know the history too well, but are Jews and Palestinians the same people? And then at some point in time, they split ways. They basically they had a cultural difference and they split.
you can go backwards. You can go also to the Bible, and you can see that Israel was divided for 12 tribes, right? And two of those tribes were basically our cousins, because they were made not by a Jewish woman, they were made by an Ishmaeli woman.
Okay.
And those kids were basically promised that they're never going to get the land of Israel, and they were always going to fight us in trying to get the land of Israel. So they're technically our cousins.
And it's playing out.
Yep.
If you were Palestinian, if you were living in Gaza, what would you do?
Run away.
Yeah, me too. I would run the fuck away, and I don't think they could stop me either. I would find a way over the border. Hey, and how about this? I don't know if you've seen this, but there's these Egyptian CrossFit athletes who are posting, "I'm out," and I'm thinking to myself, isn't it your country that's not letting these people in?
Yeah. Dude, I have to go. I have to take the kids to school.
All right. Thank you for calling. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
All right. One phone call down, like we're a real show. I didn't see that. How about that? He's like, hey, fuck you. I'll send you there. You don't believe the shit? Pay for your ticket there. Dude, that's the last place I want to go. I have no interest in flying. Yeah, this is wild that so unless you have like one person at the helm, like Greg Glassman or something, who can just take the brunt of this, you can't post this. I can't imagine this landed well. This must have been a train wreck for CrossFit. They must have got fucking... I wonder if they got like terrorist threats and shit for posting that. You have to be fucking tough as nails to post this. And God knows we know that is you better not have a DEI council or an HR person if you post some shit like this. I know it seems nothing to most of us, because most of us are like, yeah, I'll say that shit. Fuck Hamas. But CrossFit Inc. is soft, like a vagina. Soft and squishy and slippery like a vagina. No disrespect meant to a vagina. So it is what it is. Well, there. Well, I guess the show's over. That was good. Sevan, get rid of the sponsor overlay at the top. Oh, I'm not sponsored by GoWad. Where is that? Thank you. Yes. I think I have my own sponsor overlay. I don't know where it is. What's this? CrossFit Global 5K. What's that? Just hitting buttons here. I could put this up. What about this? Paper Street Coffee, BIRTHFIT, and California Hormones. Oh, that's... I don't know what I'm doing. I need someone to push a button for me. Banners. How about this? Is this true? How about this? Vindicate, 15% off. I don't know if this is true. I do not know if that's true. How about this? Self-made training program. How about this? I am love and acceptance. Maybe I'll just run this for a little while. The Real Kevin thinking about a new event, specifically region specific. It's called A Race to the Border, a reality show. How about this? How about you give 10 teams an Israeli flag and they have to carry it across the length of Gaza? See who makes it. Winner gets a lifetime burgers at McDonald's. RB, why do corporations feel the need to speak up? Sometimes you admire the silent people the most. Tyler Watkins, 15% off Paper Street. Use Heat 1. Is this poaching? No. If that's true, is that really true? If you use Heat 1, you get 15% off? Use that shit then. Use that. Okay, I'm gonna go through a bunch of just different perspectives on the situation. And let's this is Dennis Prager from PragerU. Here we go. Here's his perspective.
Israel occupied 200 square feet. They would try to obliterate it. There are 22 Arab states, 52 Muslim states. There's one Jewish state, the size of New Jersey. And for whatever reason, they want to exterminate it. 22 Arab states is not enough. There has to be another. But there can't be one Jewish state. So this is what we have just witnessed. The desire to murder as many as possible, and then the barbarity of it. One young woman who was at the concert was actually a German tourist. Her naked body was being driven through Gaza with gleeful crowds cheering it on. You could see it. It's very, very easily seen on the internet. If Israel occupied 200 square feet, they would try.
So he clearly believes it happened. And the dragging of a dead girl through the street. I mean, just think about that. I want to go back to George Floyd again. No, let's go to that woman who was fighting that guy in the back of the car. She was kind of a chunky white woman fighting like a teenage black guy in the back of a car. And I think she pulled her gun instead of her taser and shot him. She was fighting with him. And people lost their shit over that. And for me, I'm like, hey, just fucking suspend her for life. And she was a cop for like 26 years. Honest mistake. Sucks that the kid died, but it is what it is. And it turns into a fucking race riot and she goes to jail. Well, dude, if then you're chanting death to fucking Israel in the front of 500 of you in the front of the Sydney Opera House while your countrymen behead kids in Israel, dude, something horrible is going to happen to you. You can't do that. The consequences are going to be horrible. I listened to Dennis Prager, Jordan Peterson, and company about sacrifice last night at 2 a.m. on the drive back from Spartanburg. Actually made it fly by. Whether you like Dennis Prager or not, he is a brilliant mind. He's so well thought out. Like he's so concise. Thought out's not the right word. His logic is pure. He's so concise in his thinking and the way he speaks. And then here's this. This is what I was telling you guys earlier, or I was sharing with the caller. Okay, so there's all you people posting all over the internet that this shit didn't happen and it's just a conspiracy theory. Okay, I'll run with that for a second. But then why at this Palestinian rally do you have taped to your back an image of the paraglider supporting the beheading of babies? What are you doing? What are you doing? Absolutely nuts. On one hand, you claim it didn't happen. On the other hand, you're supporting the paraglider that came in and beheaded the children. And that guy did bring up a good point. If it's free Palestine, it's free Palestine from Hamas, not from Israel. Sevan, how many months growth is your hair? Unfortunately, I look like you, so I try to copy your style. I don't know, but I need to shave the sides. You want to see my hair for a second? It just, my hair is crazy. It just grows and grows and grows. I don't know how many months or weeks or days, but I need a haircut. It's out of control. That's it. That's all I got. Yeah, I'm on coffee. Am I on coffee? I'm on coffee. I mean, I'm next to a cup of it. Paper Street coffees, specifically. You look like someone's grandmother. I know. I feel like I've been looking a little like a tranny, non-binary. You're a fucking propagandist. You're a bunch of government drones. Who? Me or the dudes in the chat? Not me. Just the dude in his office somewhere. I'm chilling. probably I do fancy myself as I do like to share information. So anyway, so if it didn't happen, let's say it didn't happen, all of you, except you're the only one that's not. You have the loudest voice in the room, but you are not. Turn your mic up, please. Yes, how's that? Are you two? Just to answer me that before you run off. Are you also a a propagandist and a fucking drone, or are you the only one who's not? Yeah, I'm Native American. Oh, so you're the wait, yeah? You mean no, I'm Native American. No, I'm Native American, or yeah, I'm Native American, meaning yeah, you're a propagandist also and Native American? No, that is not true, Dusty Willard. I've rewatched the Liver King episode yesterday. You've leaned out since then. No. I'll go watch it now that you say that, but that is not true. Oh, Chugs, answer the fucking question already so I can be done with you. I'm trying to figure out if you're the only one who's not a propagandist or not. You're douche nozzle is what you are. Dude, I'm fucking huge right now. I'm like a brick shit house. I always feel big though. My face has? Really? Maybe it's just my beard. I don't know. You sound like a CNN bitch. You talk to CNN bitches? What the fuck? Just answer the... Is this guy a propagandist? Will someone answer for him? Oh, classic Armenian propagandist. That now you're talking my language. Okay. 199. Let's go to, speaking of propagandists. Oh, here. Let's take a little break for a little comedy. Oh, I didn't... No shave October, November. No. I look like a fucking terrorist. Last time when Bin Laden pulled that shit, everywhere I went, I used to get stopped in secondary all the time. I've told you guys the story where I got stopped in secondary in Miami, and they're like, how many years were you in the Syrian army? I was like, I was never in the Syrian army. They go, we already know. Stop lying to us. You were in the Syrian army. I'm like, dude, I'm an American. I was fucking born in Oakland. You were in the Syrian army. How many years did you serve in the Syrian army?
Soviet Union, but in the 80s in the Soviet Union, you could not disagree with the government. If you disagree with the government, you were censored. They force injected their athletes with experimental therapies, or they could not compete. The price of natural gas in the wintertime was through the roof. I'm sorry, that's the Biden administration. Yeah. I'm sorry. People don't remember the horrors of the 80s Soviet Union, but in the 80s in the Soviet Union, you could not disagree with the government. If you disagree with
I wonder if I'm older than that guy. Chugs, chill, dude. You're going to get tossed. You're going to get tossed. Chill. You get like one or two of those, and then you got to chill. Then we censor. You get one or two, and then we censor. Because you got, like, you can attack in here, and you can party, but you can't, like, fuck up the beat. We're an orchestra. We're an orchestra of propagandists. You got to be, like, you can have some dissension. Do what David Weed does and Dan Guerrero. Like, have a little beat to it. Don't, like you're just busting your nut too hard. Work some angles. Not just the name-calling one. And get a profile picture, like, of, like, some, like, weird shit, like the Reddit logo or something. Please add. At least if you're going to be a dick, just add. Add something. Add value. Be funny. Can you be funny? Make your jokes, like, towards the group. Because we know you're just so different than the group. You're so different than the group. Okay, here we go. This guy is going to take us back to 1788. This is Christopher Hitchens. Another perspective on our Jew, Palestinian, Hamazian, American situation. Listen closely, people. Christopher Hitchens on Islamic fundamentalism and America. Here we go.
1988, when the United States was barely a country,
Right.
it was having its sailors taken as slaves by the Barbary states, the states of the Ottoman Empire in North Africa.
Tripoli.
Shores of Tripoli. Ships stopped. Its crews carried off into slavery. We estimate 1.5 million European and American slaves taken between 1750 and 1815. Jefferson and Adams went to their ambassador in London and said, why do you do this to us? The United States has never had a quarrel with the Muslim world of any kind. We weren't in the Crusades. We weren't in the war in Spain. Why do you do this to our people and our ships? Why do you plunder and enslave our people? And the ambassador said very plainly, Mr. Abdul Rahman said, because the Quran gives us permission to do so, because you are infidels. And that's our answer. And Jefferson said, well, in that case, I will send a navy which will crush your state, which he did. Islamic fundamentalism is not created by American democracy. It's a lie to say so. It's a masochistic lie. And it excuses those who are the real criminals, and it blames us for the attacks made upon us. In 1788, when the United States was...
That's all good and all, but there's one part that I don't get.
Barely a country, right? It was having its sailors taken as slaves by the Barbary states, the states of the Ottoman Empire in North Africa.
Tripoli.
Shores of Tripoli. Ships stopped. Its crews carried off into slavery. We estimate 1.5 million European.
Yeah, I don't believe that part. I don't believe
American slaves taken between 1750.
You think that there were 1.5 million American and European slaves taken in a 65-year period? I don't know.
1815, Jefferson and Adams went to their ambassador in London and said,
hey, I forget the dude's name already, but the guy who was just in here swearing. The thing is that we have to treat this chat like our living room. Like we all have people that come to our house we like and don't like, but you can't like stand on the couch with your shoes on and just yell like, fuck you, Jew. Like you just can't do that. You've crossed the line. Like now the dog's barking at you and shit, and you're just taking too much attention. Like you gotta have some civility. You gotta be able to flow a little bit. Take some punches, give some punches. Yeah, he's a bad antichrist. Yeah, it's not fun just to like. It's like the crank caller that just calls up and starts yelling racial slurs. Like, come on, dude. That's so weak. So weak. All right, so he's saying that Christopher Hitchens is like, hey, those motherfuckers were taking slaves way before there were slaves. All right. Let's go to the Aaron Rodgers drama. God, I love Aaron Rodgers' face. Do you guys like Aaron Rodgers? I love his face. He's so cute. Look at him. Here we go. So those of you who don't remember, him and Aaron Rodgers did not take the injection, and then this other football player named Travis Kelce, who's fucking Mariah Twain. That he's having sex with a famous singer, Travis Kelce is. Then he also did a commercial for Pfizer. This other football player named Travis Kelce. Trying to remember that girl's name. Oh, Taylor Swift. Okay. So this guy, Travis, is fucking this girl named Taylor Swift, and he's also doing commercials for Pfizer saying, get the shot. And he's also a professional football player. So I've been smacking him around on the show a little bit, being like, dude, why are you selling drugs that kill little boys to little boys when you're a little boy hero? And this dude, Aaron Rodgers, started calling him Mr. Pfizer, which I think is funny. And this dude, Aaron Rodgers, is a football player too, like a very famous one. So basically, here's what Aaron Rodgers is saying as the next level in the conversation, public conversation.
Listen, Mr. Pfizer said he didn't think he would be in a vax war with me. Oh boy, this ain't a war, homie. This is just conversation. But if you want to have some sort of duel debate, have me on the podcast. Come on the show. Let's have a conversation.
Okay. Pass it out.
Let's do it like in John Wick 4, right? So we both have a second.
Nice.
Right? So somebody to help us out. I'm going to take my man, RFK Jr.
Okay.
Okay. As an independent.
Hell yeah.
Right? And he can have, Tony Fauci or some other pharmacrat. And we can have a conversation about this.
I love that word, pharmacrat. He can have Tony Fauci or some other pharmacrat. I love these guys that speak up. What's FFS, for fuck's sake, Taylor Swift? Oh, please. Like, I need to know who that is. There's another one, Shania Twain. Is that the girl I was thinking of? Or Mariah Twain? There's a Twain. There's another Twain. I was close as shit. No, I didn't talk to someone says, have you talked to Tyson? I haven't talked to Tyson. I'm going to try to get him on the show. I tried to get him on the show today. I'll try to get him on again tomorrow. Oh, we talked about him. Yeah, I got to talk to his dad last night for an hour and a half. It was awesome. I had a million questions. I don't know what I can and can't say. Bernie Gannon, thank you. The first Barbary War, according to historical sources, between 1 and 1.25 million Europeans, that means white people, whiteys, people who shouldn't be exposed to the sun, were captured by Barbary pirates and sold as slaves between the 16th and 19th centuries. Go figure. Wow. Yeah, the whole thing of just standing around, I've never seen anything like the death to Jew thing anywhere else. Man, if I have melanated skin, I go so hard against BLM. I make a whole life of it. Just like if I was fat, I'd do a whole thing against fat acceptance. I would just go so fucking hard.
The other thing I'll say is Palestine is our generation.
This is Patrice Kalour. I think she's the founder of Black Lives Matter, meaning that someone told her to find it. She referred to Israel as an imperialistic project. Listen to this.
In South Africa. If we don't step up boldly and courageously to end the imperialist project.
To end. That means to wipe. That means to kill. She wants to end. Black Lives Matter wants to end Israel. That's fucking nuts.
That's called Israel. We're doomed. I had learned about Palestine for a long time. I had known about it, been wanting to travel, and I was really, really grateful when the Dream Defenders asked me to come on the delegation. But nothing would have prepared me for the level of militarization and the level of violence that we would witness those 10 days inside of Palestine.
Look, and she doesn't say anything. We don't even know what it is. We don't even know what she's talking about.
Nothing would have prepared me for the ways in which we witness people's terror. People live in terror on a daily basis. And nothing would have...
Dude, we live in terror on a daily basis. Dude, half this country lives in terror on a daily basis. People are fucking idiots. That's their fault.
Prepared me for how much clarity I would have on why we have to be a part of Palestinian solidarity. The other thing
So Matt Burns writes, a multi-millionaire Marxist. For those of you who don't understand what he's saying, and Matt, I'm sorry if I mischaracterize you, he's basically saying you're basically a thief if you're a millionaire Marxist. You're basically saying, hey, everyone should sleep with the same bed sheets, live in the same house, drive the same car, have the same dog, watch the same TV show, think the same thing. Meanwhile, you have 10 times the amount of money as everyone else and resources as everyone else. It's just complete douchebaggery. Uh, 195, Patrick Bet-David, when he was on this show, he talked about escaping Iran as a little boy. So this guy almost died in Iran. He's half Armenian, half Assyrian. I don't even know what Assyrian is. I think they're basically Armenians and Assyrians are basically the same people. Patrick Bet-David on the subject of Hamas.
Hamas's charter, 1988. Let me read you their Bill of Rights, which is 35 years ago. It's 4 themes. Number 1, the complete destruction of Israel as an essential condition for the liberation of Palestine and the establishment of a theocratic state based on Islamic law, Sharia law. Number 2, the need for both unrestrained and unceasing holy war, jihad, to attain the above objective. Number 3, the deliberate disdain for and dismissal of any negotiated resolution annexation or political settlement of Jewish and Muslim claims to the Holy Land. Number 4, the reinforcement of historical anti-Semitic tropes and calumnies married to sinister conspiracy theories. I mean, these are true believers that believe that. Now, keep this in mind. Do I think that the Israelis are going to retaliate and they're going to do something? Yeah, I think so. How bad is it going to be? I don't know. 20,000, 50,000, 100,000? I don't know. Whatever that number is, you're going to get retaliation from the other side.
It's not, listen, thank you, Patrick Bet David. It's not going to be retaliation. Wrong word. They're going to they're going to take the whole thing. It's not going to be retaliation. This guy Netanyahu, he's going to make it his legacy that nothing of Hamas ever exists anywhere ever again, and he's going to die on that hill, and he's going to do it. He's going to be successful. So, if you live in that area, you have to get out. You have to get out if you live in that area. You just have to. That's not you. There's no win there. You have to. Now, in my homeland of California, I have to be careful that someone doesn't take my kids and try to chop off their penis or say that I'm not gender affirming them. I got my own issues. Like, I get it. I'm not saying it's perfect here. No, please, no one jump to that conclusion. But it's safe as shit where I'm at. Like, the most dangerous thing that's ever happened at my house is one time I was on the driveway, the front driveway of the Three Playing Brothers Empire palatial estates, and I heard this crazy sound. It was getting louder and louder. And then I saw some bees coming over, breaching the wall into the estate. And then next thing I knew, there were like 20,000 bees. I don't know how much, but it was a hive that was moving from one spot to another. And it flew through the length of my property. So I grabbed the dog and grabbed my kids, and we went like 30 feet away and just watched them as they came by like a cloud. That's the most dangerous thing I've seen happen on my property. See a celibate propagandist. I am not celibate. That is, a fucking propagandist. Yes. Thank you. Fuck hard. Fucked your mama. Fucked your mama. And, well, you know what I did. Okay. Thank you, Patrick Bet David. So this is going back to like, these are the things I never hear anyone else say this stuff. I never hear anyone say this like about black people or about Chinese people. I never hear anyone say, they only say this about Jews in America. And it's such a trip that for some reason it's tolerated. I can't say that black people eat watermelon, but I can say bring annihilation to the Jews. What the fuck kind of world do we live in? I can't say that Armenians like baklava. No, I can't say that. Which ones can't you say? What are the food racist ones? Can you say Chinese people like rice? But I can say annihilation to the Jews? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you should be able to that they should ban that speech. Talk away. But dude, this sets the bar pretty fucking high of what you can and can't say. Paralyze them, destroy their entity. Oh, Allah, enable us to get the necks of all the Jews. Oh, Allah, enable us to get the necks of all the Jews. The day of your slaughter, extermination, and annihilation is near. These are all different guys, different states. Until not a single Jew or Zionist is left on the face of the earth. This is a Hamas sermon. Our doctrine is fighting the Jews. It's that we want to totally exterminate you. Another Friday sermon from Hamas. We will not leave a single one of you alive. The Quran says, kill them wherever you may find them. And the Hamas co-founder, Mahmoud al-Zahar. The moment will come when their property will be destroyed and their sons annihilated. Oh, Allah destroy the Jews and their supporters, Deputy Speaker Hamas Parliament. Oh, Allah destroy the Americans and their supporters. I mean, this shit just goes on and on and on. I don't know. Maybe all that shit's fake too, but oh, just mute it and read. Okay, sorry. You're right. Basically, it was just a montage of dudes saying death to Israel, and they were like all deputy speakers of the Hamas parliament, the founder of Hamas, all that shit. Death to American, death to Jews. Just imagine someone doing that in the United States somewhere. Just saying death to all black people, death to all Mexicans, and just standing up like in a gathering and doing that. Clive McLaughlin, it's a beautiful language. Don't be racist. Eric Weiss, Durka Durka. Turntable, you're only a victim if you make yourself one. Question mark? Mike can't let people expose themselves with their speech. You should talk to Hotep Jesus Sevan. He will fill you in on the true history of BLM and how it got co-opted, plus other historical topics. Who is that? A Hotep Jesus? Hotep. He's a Hotep. Jesus. Hotep. Oh, he's smoking a. Is that a blunt or a He's a economic and crypto. Is it this guy? Hotep Jesus. He's a economic and crypto news analyst, host of the Grift Report, live on Rumble Daily from 2 to 4.
Losing the value of the dollar. So you have to put your dollar to work. 90% of your capital should be working. You probably keep a little bit liquid, bills for a year or something like that. What we're all fighting is inflation, losing the value of the dollar. So you have to put your dollar to work. 90% of.
We are all fighting inflation. Oh, on Hotep on black people. How about this one?
Diversity, equity, and inclusion is a direct attack on black people. And I'm going to show you right now in real life IRL. The IMF and other financial institutions are claiming that they are going to increase financial inclusion, specifically for the unbanked. However, in application, they've done exactly the opposite. It was the unbanked that was hurt the most. And in Nigeria, people had to resort back to the barter system. There's a great article on Mises.org. I suggest you go read. BBC, Nigeria's Naira shortage, anger and chaos outside of banks. TheGuardian.com, riots erupt in Nigerian cities as bank policy leads to scarcity of cash. You have been warned. Subscribe for more.
Oh, I didn't even understand a fucking thing he said. I didn't understand a thing he said. Okay, here's another one. Black and white people. Here we go.
The bone density for black people is heavier, which is why white people dominate swimming, because they float easier, because they have a.
Black people have greater bone density. I knew I was black. I have crazy bone density. All right, I'll check this dude out. I'll follow this dude and check out his shit. Thank you. But that first thing with Nigerian money was just like fucking over my head. Clive McLaughlin, Sevi, did you watch Shapiro's video when he showed a tone of the Hamas filmed video content from their attacks in Israel? Sickening. I saw a semi-conscious man lose his head. Oh, God. I did not see that. Ugh. AI. It's AI. Can't be real. Can't be real. Yeah, these guys, that their Sunday sermon is death to America and death to Jews is crazy. This is the one I posted on my Instagram. This is I just fuck these guys. These are the guys that brought us the pandemic. Fuck these guys. I don't believe a fucking word of this shit.
There was no mercy shown.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I've never seen anything like this.
Oh, yeah.
These are the people who are also at the other side of their mouth telling you that 6-month-old babies should be taking injections and experimental drugs. These are the same people who don't let my kids go to school unless they take drugs.
The outpouring of
That dude just a few months ago said that Joe Biden is fully competent to run again, by the way, that guy. And now he's doing some fake tears, talking through fake tears.
support here and how much this has shaken the people of Israel.
Truly the scene of a massacre, as many of these people were just inside their homes, families. At least 40 babies were killed. Some of them their heads cut off.
And I will stand with you. And
This whole country, by the way, took the injection en masse. They were the first ones to just get fully juiced up on the injection.
I will think of you, and I will pray for your babies that you get them back.
Yeah, these dudes are ruining the story. These are the fucking idiots that make me not want to believe any of it.
And I asked him,
go get your Pfizer vaccine. And by the way, don't forget,
how are you
I'm really sad that Israeli babies were beheaded.
going to get these hostages back?
I don't know how
That was the world's smallest yarmulke.
they get through this.
This is the most horrific thing I have ever seen.
Listen, look at this hashtag. Hamas is ISIS. Damn squawk box. Yeah, they don't do anything for me. They make me suspect of the whole thing. Oh, good. Oh, good. Thank you. Whoever did that. Thank you. Mr. Trevor, this morning my coworker was bragging about taking the latest booster over the weekend. Oh, my goodness. Sevi, don't you know the honorable death to die by injection side effects? CNN told me I'll get like 70 virgins or something in the next life. It's good. Pretty much, I'm trying to think. I think every single one of my friends, maybe not all of my family members yet, but every single one of my friends who took it regrets taking it. And not one of my friends who didn't take it regrets not taking it. How about this? How about this? This is an amazing video. This is a tranny trying to get into a bathroom, and the mom is stopping the tranny.
Don't get in my face. Do not get in my face. Don't get in my face.
So this is a tranny trying to go to the bathroom when this mom's walking like what looks like her 12 or 13-year-old daughter in the bathroom, and the mom's like, hey, you can't come in here.
Don't get in my face. Don't you see my daughter right here? She's right here. No.
Don't you see my daughter right here? What are you, crazy?
No. You need to go over there to the meeting. You need to go over there to the meeting.
Only here in Chicago.
You is a man.
She's telling the tranny, you need to go over there to the men's bathroom. And this dude keeps trying to get into the girl's bathroom. It looks like it's a bathroom at the park.
Wow, over at the park.
For the last time, I'm not a man. I'm sorry, I don't know what. No, I'll look outside and listen to you. You wish. On my worst days, baby. On my worst days. Okay, good luck.
I think she's saying on my worst day I would fuck you up. But let me tell you, this tranny would fuck this bitch up. This lady is tiny. She comes up to this dude's nipple. This is a big tranny. Like Sasquatch size. I'm not even joking. If you can't see it, it's nuts. It's the biggest tranny you've ever seen.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
Hey, man, use another bathroom.
And now some guy who's holding the phone, holding his iPhone, filming, it's like, hey, you got to go use another bathroom. Yeah, it's a tranny with a beard, long hair, and a skirt, and like a shawl, and like some jewelry.
Excuse me? Just use another bathroom. There's a child in there.
What? Man.
That's a child.
Just say what you, huh?
That's a child in there. A little girl. Like, use the men's bathroom.
Okay. I'm a woman. What does it matter?
Yeah, now the tranny's like saying I'm a woman, and now the people who are filming it are fighting. That, by the way, that mom just needs to leave that bathroom with that girl, like, and just go somewhere else. Like, as soon as you see a giant tranny like that, you gotta split.
What does it matter? Y'all need to mind your business. Y'all need to mind your business. This world is coming to some type. I don't know what she's about to learn.
Dude, that tranny, look at that tranny's physique overshadows both of those other people. That's how big that dude is.
Man, you at a children's park, man. Chill.
What do you say?
It's a kid park, man.
Yeah, do you even have any kids?
Yo, just use the other bathroom, man.
Y'all need to mind your business, first of all. Mind your business before y'all get included in some stuff you don't want to be included in. No.
Now the tranny's threatening the people filming with the phone, being like, hey, you all better keep your mouth shut or you're going to get involved in some shit you don't want to get involved in.
You need to go. You need to go. Seriously. No. My daughter has to go to the bathroom. I'm not going to allow you to come in the bathroom while she's going to use the bathroom. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I don't care what you're talking about.
Please watch your kids at the park. Please pay attention to where they're going.
You can either leave or you can deal with it. You're going to have to move. You're going to have to move. Easy. You're going to have to move.
Oh, no.
Oh, this could be physical. Oh, and then the video is over. Crazy. Crazy. Man. Man, oh man. You guys might not know this. I didn't talk about it much, but about a month or two ago, there's a country called Armenia. I guess you could say my people are from there. And I'm 100% Armenian, whatever the fuck that means. But my mom's Armenian and my dad's Armenian. And I'm new to the country. You know, my dad's first generation here. My mom's, I'm first generation and born here, and my mom is first generation on her side, and I'm first generation on my dad's side. And my dad spends 3 months in Armenia and then 3 months back in the States, 3 months in Armenia, 3 months back here. And for whatever it's worth to you guys, Armenia is the first Christian nation, meaning it was the first country to accept Christianity as its national religion. The mountain there, Mount Ararat, that faces Armenia, that sits in Turkey, is which used to be part of Armenia, is supposedly where Noah's Ark is. Churches everywhere, sprinkled all over the country, little tiny churches everywhere. This happens when you use the bootleg CA hormones. You turn into that thing. Well, that's good point, Anthony. Get your CA peptides today. CA peptides. Anyway, so Armenia is bordered on all sides by Muslim countries, right? And it's a Christian country. And so, like, to the north is Georgia, and then it has Azerbaijan, and it has Turkey, and it's just sandwiched in there. And I personally think Jesus was Armenian, but that's a whole different story. But there's a little piece of Armenia, for the sake of this story, without getting into too many details, that was inside of Azerbaijan, meaning there was Armenia, then there was Azerbaijan, its Muslim neighbor, and then there was a piece of Armenia inside of Azerbaijan. And recently, Azerbaijan's like, hey, we're taking that land back. This is like a month ago. And so they went in there and they started slaughtering Armenians. And they said, hey, we're going to give you this corridor and you got to leave. And so in the last month, they moved 120,000 Armenians out of this section that looks like Gaza. And they killed a shitload of Armenians. A shitload. Same thing. Raped. Killed. All that stuff. Here's another trippy thing. And of course, my dad's freaking out, right? My dad's like, hey, I'm going to stay here in Armenia and fight to the death. I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking? Are you kidding me? I'll share with you this little piece of wisdom. I think I shared this with you before, but when I was in college, my dad came down to visit me one time. I was in a pretty wild state of mind. I'm like, man, I just wish I had something to die for. I really like it that Jesus had something to die for. And my dad said, hey, why don't you find something to live for? So I used that line back on my dad the other day. He's like, I'm going to stay here. Fuck that. I'm not leaving. I'm going to stay if they have to come here basically and kill me. I'm like, hey, dude, why don't you come home and just live for your grandkids instead of staying there and die? I could tell it hit him hard. It resonated with him. Jake Chapman, how do you feel connected? If you mean to Armenian, I mean, you know, I've been there a bunch of times. I feel when I see Armenian people or I'm around Armenian people, I feel different. I feel something different. It's something good. I like it. I don't get to see very many Armenian people besides my kids and my mom. I don't think the world's on fire. I don't think it's on fire. Yesterday, I went out to a ranch in California and looked out over fucking 5,000 acres, and the world was not on fire. So, yeah, I mean, this shit is like, on one hand, I feel for the Palestinians, but I ain't staying. They already told you they're gonna wipe you off the face of the map. You got to go. You have to leave. And if you choose to stay and die because land's more important to you, to your life, or than your kids, so be it. I respect that choice. But you've got to go. Oh, Sevan, we can't go. We're trapped in the world's largest open-air prison. You've got to go. Audrey, we have an Armenian lady in our family by marriage, and I look forward to her and her cooking every Christmas. Oh, yeah, the cooking's crazy. Crazy. Cave Dastro, you don't go to any liquor stores? Asshole. A couple years ago, this is I should bring this up with Greg. Greg will love this subject. Ideology over reality. Ideology over reality. I remember a couple years ago, BART, Bay Area Rapid Transit, that's our subway in the Bay Area. They used to make it so all their surveillance footage was public. And they decided to make it so it's not public. And the reason they gave is that they felt that if they kept making the surveillance footage public for Bay Area Rapid Transit, the Bay Area's subway lines, that it would make people racist. Now imagine that. We're not going to show anyone our surveillance footage anymore because we believe that showing our surveillance footage will make people racist. So then right away, you have to think, okay, so that surveillance footage only shows black people doing crimes. And so because they're the only ones who are doing crimes, they happen to be. And so, or they make up the vast majority of it. And so then that would make people racist. And so they think you're stupid because you can't distinguish between the fact of someone's color of their skin and their behavior and that there's no relationship. And because they think you're stupid, they're going to hide that from you. That's putting ideology ahead of reality. And that's basically where that sums up the cornerstone of what the fuck's going on right now in the United States. Remember that boy that got stabbed we saw last week in New York City? Do you remember that? Him and his chick were sitting at a bus stop. He was I don't know, he was 40-year-old white dude or 35-year-old white dude and his 30-year-old chick, and they would just come. It was 3:51 in the morning. It was in New York City, and they were coming home from a wedding party, and they stopped and sat down at a bus stop, and he got stabbed and killed. Do you guys remember that? I showed you that footage. You remember that? When they asked that lady, his girlfriend, what did the attacker look like? She refused to say the color of his skin. Her fucking date was murdered. They're trying to find the guy. She refused to say the color of his skin. That's putting ideology over reality. So what? What's wrong with putting ideology over reality? What's your point, Sevan? So what? Well, one, you're fucking crazy. And two, people are going to get hurt that don't have to get hurt or don't deserve to get hurt. I saw another story. It was a woman. It was a woman who was raped in Germany. And they caught the guys who did it. And she said that's not them. And then later on, she admitted it was them. And they said, why didn't you tell the truth? And she said, because they're black guys and I didn't want to cause any problems. I felt bad for them because they were black guys. That's putting ideology over reality. Crazy town banana pants. Hey, that guy brought up a really interesting point. He's saying that Israel did send people to stop the fucking terrorists and they lost. They didn't send enough, that there were 600 or 1,000 of these fighters. And when they sent the Israeli troops there to fight them, they didn't send enough and they got killed. This is a weird one. I don't even know if I should show this. This one's really weird. So I don't know if any of you know any Jewish people right now living in the United States. They are truly freaked out. Like hardcore Jews are freaking out right now. Like they are sincerely afraid for they're sincerely concerned for their safety. So many of them that I know are so concerned for their safety. They don't, I mean, me personally, I don't think they have any reason to be. I don't think that, but I don't have the target on my back. I don't have people all over the country saying death to me. People don't even know what Armenian is. But listen to this. These are Jewish students. I think they're talking to the dean of their school at the University of Washington. Oh, they're pleading with a professor to shut down a pro-Hamas rally. And she's saying they want us dead. So imagine, we've already established the fact that these people want Jews dead, right? They want Jews dead, and they want Israel dead, and they want death to America. We already know that. Oh, when's the first Jewish Lives Matter rally? Huh. JLM. You get behind that. Oh, JLM. We served the Friday Jihad, right? Believe it or not, I saw a Jew was stabbed in Beijing, of all places, as part of that jihad. Okay, here we go. This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts.
They want our people dead. They want us killed. And so part of it. How is it allowed? How are you allowing it? Why are you putting us through? They want us dead. Please end it, please.
It's just some Jewish girl fucking freaking out that they're doing death to the Jews on her college campus. God, I'm so glad I'm Armenian. So chill. You could pivot. I think you could just say anyone could just say you're Armenian if you want to pivot. They got blonde hair, blue-eyed Armenians, believe it or not. Here's an interesting one. This is from a gay guy. And he's talking about Bella Hadid. I think that's a famous model. I didn't know she was Palestinian. Listen to what this guy has to say about the Jews in Palestine.
I feel like Bella Hadid and all of the progressive TikTokers who are romanticizing Palestine don't know things like this. This is Amnesty International's Palestine report from 2022 on human rights. It contains many examples of how Palestine fails to uphold basic human rights for its occupants.
29 women were killed in the West Bank and Gaza Strip by their family members in apparent cases of domestic violence. Oh, well, that happens everywhere.
From stories about domestic violence to this one in which security forces stood by and watched as a mob beat children who were participating in a parade that, God forbid, included rainbow flags. I don't think people truly realize just how far Palestine is from being progressive. All of these like trendy, woke people who are like free Palestine don't realize that if they lived in Palestine, they would easily be beaten by a mob. And I know that Israel is not innocent in this conflict. I know that atrocities have been committed against both sides and that civilians are ultimately the ones bearing the brunt of this conflict. People on both sides who literally just want to live in peace. But if you're going to choose a side and if you're going to act like one side has some sort of moral high ground, why on earth would you choose the society in which security forces stand by while children are being beaten for being in a parade that contains rainbow flags? Meanwhile, Israel holds one of the most famous pride parades on earth. Naturally, it's the biggest in the Middle East, because compared to its neighbors, Israel is an oasis of human rights. Meanwhile,
I like that line. Compared to Palestine, Israel's an oasis of human rights. All right. So, travel advisory, if you're gay, don't go to the Muslim world. Right? That's pretty common sense. How about this? How about this from Black Lives Matter? This is from 13 weeks ago. They're still doing defund the police. 7 bills you need to know about for Defund the Police Week. Defund the fucking Police Week. Fucking nuts, dude. If you don't think that Black Lives Matter is being run by people who hate black people, you're crazy. Has anything gotten better? Has anything gotten better for any community anywhere in the last 3 years that's predominantly melanated? Just one. Just tell me one. The defund the police work just anywhere. Give me one example of where defund the police worked. Because you know where they refunded them are places like Seattle, Portland, Minneapolis. comedy, there's a big, huge lesson there for anyone who doesn't believe in fucking trickle-down economics. Yeah, that probably is true. There probably are no doctors on Spirit Airlines. There's a big lesson there in that joke. For all the people that hate rich people, successful people, talented people. Real easy to hate on those people until you need them. Bernie Sanders. What's Bernie say? Bernie Sanders says that's a serious violation of international law when Israel cuts off electricity, food, water, and fuel to the Gaza Strip following deadly attacks by Hamas on Israeli citizens. Is it Hamas attacked them or the country of Gaza attacked them? It's the country of Gaza attacked them, right? Jan Clark, if I'm ever on a plane and someone asks for a doctor, I'm standing up and then just run over and just be like, pull down his pants. That's just your first move. Pull down his pants. But what for? I don't know. I just want to say that. Oh my goodness. All of a sudden, words matter. This is a great one, too. All of a sudden, words matter. It didn't matter when it was the difference between sex and transgender.
Not value human life. How do we know this? They actually will provide suicide bombers to accomplish their mission. They do not value life to that capacity.
I'm going to say something about that because I hear this all the time and I don't disagree, but I'm going to tell you why they're like that. Because of the NGOs that pay them. It's called Pay for Slay. And it's for Jewish blood, and it comes from the left. And these leftist NGOs, a lot of them out of Germany, a lot of them out of Switzerland, a lot of them out of Holland, they pay for slay. And those people have no jobs. They have, no hope. And the only way they can make money is to join Hamas and be in a bully gang that not only does what they do to try to kill Jews to get paid, and if they die, their family gets paid, but they also bully all of the Palestinian people around them, too.
They do not value human life. How do we know this?
Now all of a sudden,
they actually will provide.
Like now it's really important for some people the distinction between Hamas and Palestinians. Well, are they all citizens of the country of Gaza? I like Patrick Bet-David's show. I don't know about the two cats he rolls with, dude. One of the guys looks like he's always you ever seen this dude on Patrick Bet-David's show? Let me see if I can find a picture of him. Where is he? He's like always red. I don't see him. Oh, there he is. This guy. Yo, what's the deal? What the fuck is the deal with this dude? This is what I would look like if I was like on TRT or something, I think. Look at this guy.
Donald Trump, 2016. We found this is a fact. This isn't BS. I made this up. 2016.
Look at that guy. He's like veins around his eyeballs and his forehead.
Fact. All right. The Durham report. Hillary Clinton, DNC,
man,
FBI. They all colluded to say he.
None of that's true.
Wow. That dude's gonna have a heart attack. Whoever that guy is. Gaza is not a country. The Gaza Strip initially was an Egyptian administrated territory after the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. Following the 1967 war, the territory came under Israel occupation. Bernie, isn't the ruling government of Gaza Hamas? And that happened in 2007? So whatever it is, maybe, I don't know, country's not the right word. Excuse me, I'm open to that. But whatever it is, its ruling party is Hamas. Dick Butter, I don't watch PUD because of that dude. Yeah, that's not fun. Yes, it is, Sevi. Mauricio Bueno. Okay, so it's not a country, but it's something. And it got bosses, and the bosses are Hamas. All right. We're getting somewhere. There's this really trippy fucking guy on YouTube. I want to see if I can find his name for you guys. We've talked about him once on the show before. It's this guy. You guys ever seen this guy? You guys ever seen this podcast? This podcast this is such a trip. This thing has this account has 3 million subscribers. It's called the H3 Podcast. And the guy has a lot of different looks. He's got the shaved head look now, but sometimes he's got like a little bit of a tranny look going. Like non-binary look. I guess that's what me and him have in common. And anyway, he's a Jew, Ethan the Jew. And he's got a big following. And his shit is getting destroyed. His shit is getting destroyed. It's a crazy left-leaning podcast. Like, it's just complete. Yeah, H3 is such a leader. Yeah, it's complete wackadoodle central. It is complete ideology before reality. It is bizarre. It's like, hey, it's like how this show started. Remember, or it's like that post I made where the lady's like, hey, just accept everyone. Give everyone a chance to express whatever they want. Maps, what is that? Maps, minor attracted people. Accept them. It's not pedophiles. It's minors attracted people. Black Lives Matter. Who cares if tons of black people get killed based on their what they want, what policies they put in place? It doesn't matter. Let them do what they want. Oh, beheading little Jewish children in their homes while they're sleeping. It's okay. Accept everyone. Remember that? That's how we started the show. Well, this guy promotes that. That's his thing. Accept everyone. Blah 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 blah. Well, he's a Jew. He don't like what's going on in Israel. And his shit is getting tore up by his people. Because all of a sudden, he's not going to put ideology ahead of reality. And his people do not like that. And I was watching some of his podcasts, and he was getting fucking destroyed by his contingent. Yeah, he's crazy. I don't recommend anyone even dabble in that, to be honest. I think that's a pretty unhealthy place to hang. What's it? What I don't know. Ethan from H3 Podcast. Yeah, don't go. He's complete nuts. All right. Avi had a birthday party the other day, and we got a magician, and the magician showed up, and the magician had Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease? Is that a disease? Let's just say he had Parkinson's. I don't know if it's a disease. I don't even know if he had Parkinson's. I'm not a doctor, but he shook like a fucking leaf. Do leaf shake? He shook. He was shaky. And there's this one trick where you have a cup of water and you pour a big cup of water into a smaller cup, and then a smaller cup, and then a smaller cup. And it keeps filling the cup up. Alcoholic? Oh, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think about that. He wasn't red. He didn't exhibit any signs of alcoholism. But he went from the biggest cup to the smallest cup, and there were 4 cups total. So he went from the big cup to medium to small to smallest, and then he poured the water back from small to medium to bigger. And his hands were shaking. There was water spilling everywhere. It was nuts. You got Michael J. Fox for Avi's birthday? Kinda. It was crazy. And and it's funny because the trick shouldn't work if you're spilling water. And I can't remember if it was my mom, but someone thought that he was spilling the water on purpose, and that's how was making the trick work so that the water kept fitting in the smaller and smaller cups. But then he went from the smallest cup to the big cup while still spilling water, and the smallest cup still filled the big cup. I got shaky hands, nerve issues. Oh, yeah, maybe it's a nerve issue. No, he definitely wasn't a comedian. Man, it was a mess. It was, and a lot of people thought that his shaky hand thing was part of the skit. I'm like, come on, dudes. What are you out of your fucking mind? So I was telling that story to one of my friends, and my friend said, I had a dentist who had a shaky hand. I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, I had a dentist who had a shaky hand. I'm like, are you crazy? He goes, yeah. Every time I went to him, he fucked something up. And when he gave me a cavity one time, he said I had a cavity, but I had no pain back there. But when he worked on it, he fucked my tooth up. And when I would go back, his hand would be shaking. He'd be like, oh my God, I messed this up last time. I'm so sorry. But he would still have his tool in my friend's mouth with his hand shaking. My friend went back to him 3 times. I don't give a dentist or hygienist. I don't fucking know. The people who work on your mouth. Words don't matter. Oh, yeah, get a new guy for sure. I can't believe my friend went back to him 3 times. He said he had a tooth. The dentist told him I had a cavity. He worked on it, and all of a sudden it was super painful. He went back, and he's like, hey, dude, my tooth hurts that you worked on. And then it opens up his mouth and is like, oh, yeah, I messed something up. He's back in his mouth working on it again. Went 3 times. No, it wasn't Nick. Nick texted me the other day out of the blue. I didn't open it for like 2 I didn't open it for like 2 weeks, the text, Nick, and then I opened it yesterday. And it said, hey, I think about you a lot. I just wrote back, I think about you a lot too. He doesn't even know I've been doing bits on him on my podcast. Stephen Blacksmith, I'm out, dudes. Have a rad day. Make people smile. Thank you. I'm out too. Love you guys. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have Greg Glassman on from Italy and someone from the CrossFit ecosystem in Israel.